and welcome to Diablo 3 farming. I am the Jack, and I'll be taking you through my favorite gold farming route. It's on Nightmare, it's in Arreat Craters, and you don't really need that much gear for it, but the more the better. So it starts off in Nightmare difficulty. It's in Act 3. Quest 7, Heart of Sin, and you just start the Kill Asmodan quest, and then you pop in. When you first started, you start in Bastion, and then you run all the way down to just before his lair, and you get a checkpoint here. So, and then in subsequent runs, when you log in here. I use not the this is more of a speed run, so you want a lot of AoE and a lot of things to speed up your run. So I use wormhole teleport to cover ground fast, and I use storm armor to slay enemies that hit me, and I use the wide disintegrate beam. I'm in my gold farming gear. It's I've used quite a bit of time on the auction house to get it, so it's up there. I've found most of the pieces pretty cheap, but if you're just starting out and you want to put together gold find gear set, you can get around 180% pretty cheap. I mean, if you spend some time looking at the auction house, you can get it for 150k to 200k gold. So that's pretty decent. That, as long as you have a DPS around 10,000, you should do just fine. So focus on getting the gold find up, and not so much the damage. Of course, you need some damage to move fast, but it's gonna work out in the end. I also have thorns. That's just a nice bonus. It works really well with storm armor, and that's about it. So when you first start off on the run, you start here. Just buff up, and it's 8 minutes to 5, and we have 43,000 gold. So we are gonna start. I like using the Hydra, the Venom Hydra, because it lets me know where the enemies are around here. Here's the first pack. When you first start, it's there's a chance on this one, in the core, to meet 3 elites, and we were lucky to meet 1 elite pack when we first moved in, and here's another. So already we were up to 2 stacks. I don't pick up the blues, I only pick up yellows. And there's also a lot of chests that can spawn here. And I don't bother picking up the piles of bones, I only pop the infernal cocoons. And I always open chests. And what we're looking for is getting these stick-in crawlers, large groups of mobs here, because they drop. That's where you're gonna get the majority of your gold. They drop pretty much a couple of thousand each time you meet them. One thing you really want to do is get some boots with speed, and get some pickup radius gear. I only have +7 to radius, but the more the better. Even a little bit is going to make a huge difference, and the same with the movement speeds. I recently talked to a friend about the order in which he did these, and he preferred going to Arreat Crater level 2 because that allowed him to build up his Nephilim Valor stacks quicker. I see his reasoning because the second level here is a bit shorter than the first, and there's just a lot of elites here as well, so smaller map and maybe just as many elite spawn points, and that's gonna get you a full stack fast. I don't really bother with these or with these. I want the big packs, and the run is gonna take around, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how lost you're gonna get on the map. Every time I get sidetracked and I have to run back too far, I just town portal and I head to the next part of the gold find route. And always remember to buff up and get the chests. I don't bother picking up any of the gems either. It's just we're here for the gold, and the less time you spend doing anything but farming huge groups of mobs, your gold per hour is going down. So I just about done here, I think. Keep running, there's a chest. And I don't really bother picking up the that's a frenzied shrine. If the shrines are on your way, just pick them up. If they're not, don't bother going out of your way. Large groups of mobs are what we're after, so if you get a single mob that spawns, don't bother going for it specifically. I mean, it's either gonna catch up to you or you are gonna outrun it, so that's what we're after. Large groups of stick-in crawlers again, that's what we want. And I'm gonna teleport to town. That's the first crater, well, that's level 2 of the crater, and we have a full stack. Gonna head to level 1. There's always a couple of piles of gold here, which is nice, and there's usually a chest here as well. 1100, that's pretty good. And right off we are met by, I pick up the yellows. They usually sell for around 500 gold. Anything less is yeah, well, the blues sell for around 100 or 200 gold. That's not impressive. And there's another. Sweet. And he drops 2. I mean, we loot here is just vendor trash. I mean, you don't want to spend too much time picking it up and identifying it and deciding whether to put it on the auction house or vendor it. I mean, if you pick up everything, it's gonna take you a minute to a minute and a half in town to identify everything, to decide whether to sell it or whether to or put it on the auction house. I mean, 1 minute, if you just did a 5 minute gold run, that's 20% extra time it takes, where you're not really make that much. I mean, if you pick up everything, you usually get full bags when you've done the full run here, and that sells for 6 to 8,000 gold. On the high end, it usually sells for less than that, but anything between 4 and 8,000 gold is the norm. And if you spend a minute and a half, it's gonna, then your average gold per hour for doing that is 2 or 300,000, and win it after that. After having done the two Arreat Craters, level 1 and 2, we go to Tower of the Damned, level 1, and take a right turn. There's a spawn point for elites right here, and there's a spawn point for elites down here. So if you don't get anything here, just clear and head back to town. Boop. And head to Tower of the Cursed, level 1, and take a left turn. There's always a large group of mobs here, and there's a spawn point for elite here, and up top of the stairs as well. And there's a spawn point for a chest down here, usually a large chest, so this time there wasn't anything. Then I head to town. This is going to be a 10-minute run, and I head over here and just check the chest. 62 gold. I'm gonna identify everything. That's 7 rares. Sockets usually sell for a bit more. Let's see, got yeah, I'll sell that. I usually sell everything but the plus experience weapons. There's a bow. I'm gonna try and keep that. It's a decent bow. Throw it over here. Boop. And we end the run with 88. And we started at 47, so that's 40k in around 10 minutes. A bit longer because I had to comment, but you can do 6 of these runs an hour, doing, let's say 8 runs an hour at 40k. This is a bit low. That's 320,000. So it's a decent run. But if you just want to farm gold, it's easy mode gold farming. Otherwise, if you want to make the big bucks, you need to farm for item level 63 weapons and armor in Act 3 preferably. You can also farm Act 1, but that's for another video. So this is the Jack from Diablo 3 Gold Farming signing off. Now get farming, yeah, lazy bum.